Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be an interesting unboxing. This package just came in via FedEx and it's gonna be a double knife presentation here. Let's jump right in, open this up using my trusty Benchmade Griptilian, which is lovely. And let's go right in. Let's see what's inside. This is sharp knife. Works very well. All right, so let's get rid of this. This is the package. It has two knives from Benchmade, both black classes. One is Mini Adamas, carbon fiber, and one is Presidio II. Super excited for both of those, as both of them are really okay. So they're in here. I'm just gonna take them out off screen so you guys don't see my information and you're not tempted to contact me. I might be able to show you some things. This is a Presidio II. Look, it's got, I think it's kind of funny. It says Big Knife Energy. Of course, they're referring to something else. So it's like a little joke there. I'm actually tempted to start out with this one. I'll take the address. Okay, so my address is out of the picture. And we can just take a look at this. All right, so this is a Benchmade Mini Adamas Tactical Everyday CPM MagnaCat 273-03. This is special. It's really special. So I can see this has been tampered with, but that's okay because I asked them at the store. I bought this from gpknives.com. They have amazing deals on this. They have the best deals for Benchmade. I don't know how they can do it, but it's going to be at least $100 less than everything else you can find online. And I can see it's been tampered with, so I'm just gonna. Oh, it's been cut. So yeah, I guess that's what they do. They open it, but I asked them to do it. I asked them to check on the centering of the knife and to make sure it's an even grind. Oh my. Even grind, and also the lockup. So there is no play and stuff like that, which I assume they've done. This is the foam. That looks good. And let's see the knife. So this is the standard pouch that it comes in. And this is the knife. Access lock sticker. All right, so what do we have here? This is a Mini Adamas. The scales are made from, it's called marbled carbon fiber. And the steel inserts, also the pocket clip, this thing, some of the accents are PVD coated in what is called like a bronze colored coating, and that gives it some extra accenting. As you can see, this marbling is really nice. Technically none of them look the same. Each knife you're gonna handle is gonna have a different pattern on those marbled scales. I'm not gonna lie, this is really good looking. Like, just to look at it, it's, oh my god. Let's just do some size comparison really quick. I'm gonna open the CPM MagnaCat blade, Cyber Designs, Benchmade logo looks good. And let's first of all, let's compare it to the OG which I think it might replace. This is Benchmade Griptilian 553 Mel Pardue design. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Let me tell you something. The Griptilian is a good looking knife, right? It just looks good in its own right. However, this Mini Adamas is just a good looking thing. It's like, it's just good looking. If you don't like knives, if you just want like an example of something that's a good looking, you can take this. It's not just a good looking knife. It can be like, okay, these are the things that are good looking. Like this is a Ferrari, this is a Ducati motorcycle, this is a Greek statue, and this is a carbon fiber Mini Adamas. All right, if my camera will focus, and it does focus, thank you camera. I really like this knife. I like this is not Mini Griptilian, this is a full-size Griptilian. And this Mini Adamas, I think I'm gonna replace it with this for the everyday tasks. Not for everyday tasks, it's more like, the way I look at it, it's like more like a gentlemanly carry for me. It's gonna work just fine. For some of you, it may not work because it is a chunky dude. It's got a lot. It's not small by any means. A Griptilian is not considered necessarily a small knife. It's a medium-sized knife to me. And you know, as you can see, they're about the same, I would say. It feels about the same, to be honest. Griptilian does have more, I would say, ergonomic handle. It fits in your hand. It's made for your hand. It's made to be in there, to be locked in, even though there's no finger grooves or anything, but there's heavy jimping and everything. But it feels like it's locked in there. This one doesn't feel that way, but it is a hand-feeling grip for me. And I don't have small hands, I have medium to large size hands. And it is a hand-feeling grip. All of my fingers are fully on there, without any compromise, like zero compromise. Aggressive jimping, just like on Griptilian. You see all this. Even though Adamas has a smaller blade, it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't look like it. As I'm looking at it right now, it doesn't look like it's smaller. It looks about the same, even though it's not. Griptilian is a tad bit larger, okay? And to be honest, I'm really excited that they did the CPM MagnaCut blade, and it's not coated. It's a non-coated blade. It's just a steel blade, because that's what I want. For me to just use the knife, it has to be non-coated. I have this idea inside of me that I don't like to mess up this coating. Like this good-looking knife, you know, it's got some use, but I'm trying to go really easy on it. I'm trying not to use it when I don't have to, because I want to preserve that coating, and for me that hinders my experience with the knife. I'm not using it as much as I would love to. You know, I'm not using it for anything or everything. And you know, when I have a chance to use other knives for something, I will, just because I want to protect this beautiful coating. And for me, that kind of takes away from using a knife. It cannot be like this, as I learned. I mean, I like to look at it, but when it comes for me to use it, I'm not using it. So that's why when I saw this, and this is the first Mini Adamas ever with a non-coated blade. As soon as I saw this, I was like, this is for me. That's who they made this for. It looks good, and it's got a non-coated blade. So I'm gonna feel very comfortable, a lot more comfortable than with Griptilian, to just start using it, like cutting up whatever, boxes, apples, food, whatever you want to use the knife for. The knife is to be used. That's how I feel. It's not for a collection. It's not gonna sit in a case somewhere. This one is gonna be used. So that's my initial impression. It's very well made. I can tell. It's solid. The grind is good, at least as far from what I can see. They did check the grind for me at the store before they shipped it out, because I asked them. They checked the. Oh my God! There's zero any type of. I mean, that this lock, the access lock, which I like, is prone to play. I mean, Griptilian has some play, not a lot. No, it's almost doesn't. I mean, there's zero play actually. Sorry, I was gonna say that this lock is prone to some play. My Griptilian is good though. Maybe when I'm really into it, I'm getting really into it, you can feel something. There's nothing here, absolutely zero, nothing. I mean, it's a Volt style lockup, which is incredible because this lock is not supposed to be that good at lockup. It's not what it's about. I mean, if you want a really solid lockup, you can go for like Demco style AD 15, AD 10, triad lock, what's it called, Scorpion lock and stuff like that. But this is solid. This is a tank. That's how it feels. I would be very comfortable with this for anything. And when I say anything, I mean just from using it, because it's a non-coated blade. Let's go. Let's start using it. Let's start doing whatever. But also, like, with all that jimping with this handrest, like, I could even be okay with batoning it if need be. I mean, survival situation, right? Even though it's not necessarily made for that. But I would be very comfortable with this. All right. So let's put this one away. And like I said, this is gonna be a double unboxing. And the other one is the one with the big knife energy. It's kind of fun, isn't it? So this is a big knife, and I generally prefer big knives. I don't see a problem with big knives. It's a Presidio II 570-1 in CPM S30V, manual open. Once again, the foam, some kind of instructions, our commitment, whatever, and the knife itself. I don't know, but when I look at this knife, something moves inside me. Like this knife, this blade shape speaks to me. To me, this is a perfect knife. And this is actually, it's the second time I'm ordering this, because the first time the grind was uneven on either side. And I sent it back. Oh my God, I just cut myself a little bit. It is sharp. The grind was uneven on either side, and I sent it back because you want your new Benchmade to be perfect. And they checked the grind. Let's check that lockup. This is a bank vault of a lockup. This is like zero play. Oh my God, Benchmade is crushing this access lock. They are so good with this. Anyway, Here's how I learned about this knife. I came to the store. It's a sporting goods store, and I don't know, I saw this on a shelf. There were other knives, great Benchmade Osbornes, like all kinds of knives, tagged out, beautiful, with different coatings, with different things. This knife, when I saw this out of the selection of the knives, something moved inside me. I was drawn to this knife. I asked to hold it. This is the CPM 30V blade. It's a big blade. It's 3.8 inches, almost 4 inches, but not quite. CF-Elite handles, which is a carbon fiber infused nylon. It's very light and very strong. So this knife comes in at 5 ounces exactly, which is for the size of it, it's incredible. It's very light. Obviously it's not broken in, so it's not gonna work very broken in like the more broken in knives. But I guess the more you play with it, the more it gets looser. Check it out against the Griptilian. Obviously it's bigger. However, it has the same vibes. It's the same designer, Mel Perdue, who sadly passed away in 2020. So we will never see some new designs from him. But he left us with some awesome designs already. So this is what we have. This is Presidio. Look at this blade shape. It is drop point, obviously, right? But the way it's dropped, it's almost verging on a spear point, doesn't it? This looks dangerous. Doesn't it look like it will spear? I mean, it's a black line, so a black line for the Benchmade, the black boxes, you know, not the blue. So obviously it's not a surprise that it could be suited for tactical, but this blade is not just for tactical. It's very like everyday-ish, because it's got this top grind, flat grind, but it's got this wedge over here on top, and that gives this profile very spear-like, dangerous blade shape. This is a piercing shape, but it's also a cutting shape, so it's good, and I would be so happy with this for every day. That's why I bought it, and that's how I intend to use it. So you can see it's a little it's bigger than the Griptilian. Let's compare it to some other Benchmades. This is a full-size Crooked River, right? Crooked River is bigger. It's a big knife. It's got 4-inch blade. The Presidio II has a 3.8-inch blade, right? So it's no surprise that Crooked River is bigger. However, I was always kind of deficient in the grip on this knife. Look how nicely it's broken in. It's a good looking knife and everything, but this, no problem. It's a hand feeling grip. It's much more comfortable than Crooked River. Crooked River is just a beautiful knife. It's a good looking design, amazing, just amazing. And many people will agree with this. Somehow not many agree that this is beautiful, but it is to me. So this is like one of those things that you look at it and it speaks to you. So this is exactly the case for me. I don't know, for me, it is beautiful. Even though I might be in the minority. Let's do some more comparisons. Size-wise, Round 5 from ProTech. 2-inch blade, automatic. It's smaller. Hopefully that doesn't come as a surprise. Kershaw Cannonball. 3.5 inch, smaller blade. Smaller size. This Kershaw is awesome. It's an assisted opening. The name is very fitting because it shoots like a cannonball. It's so forceful. It's almost like an automatic, even though it's just an assisted. Let's compare it with, this is my trusty and well-loved Leatherman Free K2. Free K2, Free K2, not Freak, A2. Free K2 is very comparable with Griptilian. It's the same, but different blade shape, different lockup. Everything is different. I like both of these, but this is replacing everything. Let's look at another big knife. I don't know if you guys are familiar. This one is called PMP Revenge 2. Let's get this good on camera. 105 out of 150. This one has got a lot of the same vibes. It's got like drop point, not quite the spear point that we have over here, not quite, but a little bit of those vibes. Big knife. This one is premium everything. It's expensive. It's got titanium, anodized titanium scales. It's got M390 blade. Obviously that was the best blade before the Magna Cut came around. And before that the S30V was the premium blade. Everything changes. And once again, you know, I really like this knife. It's a Swiss company called PMP, and this one was made by some Chinese company for them. I think it was something with QSP, maybe, I don't know. But after they've done this serious PMP, a lot of Chinese companies have started making similar knives under their own branding. But this is originally the Austrian PMP design. Right now you can buy a bunch of Chinese knives with similar vibes. QSP is doing a lot of this and stuff like that. Obviously I'm not gonna buy any of that, but you know, if you see something like this, you know, that's where it's coming from. And yeah, so another same problem, like this is big knife, but the hand grip is not quite as hand feeling. It's not bad, not bad, but it's compromised. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not a fixed blade, so they had to make compromises to make a pocket knife. A big size pocket knife has to come with compromises, as they say. So it is compromised. Same thing here. It's not enough hand feeling grip for me. But when you take this one, no problem. There are no compromises here. I don't know. It's just a very comfortable, very confidence inducing hand feeling grip. I mean, it is part of the confidence with the knife when the grip is full. You know, when it slides in your hand somehow, when you're not sure, when you have to adjust it because you're not quite on it all the way. I mean, it robs you of some confidence there, you know. Even though it's not bad. None of these knives are bad. All these knives are awesome. These knives are amazing. Look at this. If I can focus. These knives are just amazing. Nothing bad can be said about this. All right, let's compare it to the best Spyderco. This is the best Spyderco ever made. It's called Ladybug. If you didn't know, that's why you come to this channel, to learn about the best things. Spyderco Ladybug. Obviously, this is a 2-inch blade. It's almost 4 inches. So this one is a little smaller. So if you're not comfortable with this small size, that's when you get the bigger one. But I love this blade. I mean, it's for 2, not quite 3 finger grips. It's got a lot going for it. I mean, it's got this aggressive thumb rest, just aggressive, where it gives you a lot of confidence, even though it's a very small blade. Spyderco Ladybug. Maybe you are into multi-tools. This is a big one again. Leatherman Mutt. It's as big as they come. It's the biggest and most expensive Leatherman multi-tool. I mean, we have the Arc, which is a little more expensive than this, but it's just expensive because of the premium materials. It's not expensive because it's an expensive tool. This is just expensive because it's expensive. It's expensive because it's an original design. Everything here is proprietary. It's not sharing any parts with anything else. It's just specifically made for the tactical and military purposes. Everything from the pocket clip to everything, the way it's made, it's just gorgeous and amazing, and it's so purpose driven. And in that regard, it's the most expensive multi-tool from Leatherman. All right, so that gives us a quick look at the 2 unboxings today. Let's bring out the other boy here. Let's put them side by side. I'm planning to use this for everything, right? But in the same vein, this will work for everything as well. And we'll see. Because I have both of these, this is going to be more for a gentleman carry situation, and this is going to be for everything else. And I think it will work just fine. All right, thank you for checking this out.